you know, Medina wasn't salty at all. He was actually frothing and really happy for, I mean, he was obviously cut that he didn't win, but he was just happy that they both put in a good performance.
But these two are just on. They're so on. The Storm is so on.
Yeah, this one was during the break. So Miguel Pupo starting with a couple of big backhand hits.
Yeah, a couple of big vertical hacks on the backhand, just clubbing the lip. Brings it down through to the inside. Have a look at this wave, reeling off now. And this is the sort of form that saw Miggy take the bell down at Victoria. Just sitting in the pocket of that one. Polished this perfectly over the last season. And then this is S.Pupo. This forehand flare. Oh, my goodness. Shades of his countryman, Felipe Toledo. And this guy has improved exponentially in the last 2 seasons. And he's had such good results out here too at the Challenger Series level, and now he is stepping up into championship form. Just a really, really cool one.
And with a 15.56 heat score total himself, Medina would have won a lot of heats in this round anyway. But we're going from one great clash on paper to another. M.Pupo up against his big brother, Miguel Pupo, and they have started with a couple of scores. But these two have been two of the form surfers this season. Unbelievable, the big win down at Bells for Miguel, who's up at the moment and already hanging on to a really big number. Let's see what he can do with this section. His backhand's been electric. We saw him collect one of the most iconic trophies in the sport, or the most iconic trophy other than a world title. Yeah, it was incredible, and Miguel's continued that magic on his roll through Western Australia and here to the Gold Coast. He's been surfing great. Challenger Series win. He got a big score on that one, Sammy, 9.17. And then Miguel goes looking for his second score. This one came through at a 4.67.
Oh, man, these guys are on fire, and you can tell that they're actually having fun surfing against each other in this one. You know, there's no pressure here. They've had a brilliant start to the year, both brothers in the top 5. And they're letting it all hang out because they have surfed a heap before, and it wasn't so fun for either of them.
He just went ballistic, actually. Opening turn, blasts it through the lip, straight off the bottom. And the second one, even more dynamic with a controlled fin drift. Gets right up high there again. So super creative with the approach. Snap to slide, big roundhouse wrap. And then a little extra work down the line, but so strong on those 3 opening maneuvers. And just looks so good. We have to give a nod to JS.
13 years younger than you, and we don't have that rivalry with him either. I think these guys are far enough apart in age, 9 years between them, that Miguel has played that paternal role. But let's have a look at the 7.93. This was during the break.
Okay, so on the backhand, nice and vertical with a little drift on the second one. Miggy on the backhand. Geez, he's just placing the manoeuvres so perfectly. Connecting with the lip, hits this little low road, and now accelerates down the line, keeps the momentum pointing up towards Surfer's Paradise as he just detonates that final turn as well.
Throughout history, but this is interesting, isn't it? Like, Miguel is fighting back here.
Yeah, let's see what he can do with this one. Just the one turn, I think, just
beautifully executed by Sammy.
9 minutes to go. He's up again. Using his priority here, looks over his shoulder for a second before re-engaging. Nice cut down into the bowl to set up this attack on the pocket once again, just flying down the line here. Big float to foam climb. Few bumps in this one.
He's still in the running too, I believe. Take that Tank 300.
Yeah, it certainly is. This is a replay of S.Pupo. Big swoop, just toying with the foam on the bottom turn. Quick slash. Big power projection floater comes around to the foam climb. And then this wave starts to cut in half. So
hasn't provided the clean canvas for combo, so he's going to get out of there. Miguel right behind him, chasing a 9.84. He's got some white water on the face, some suds to deal with as well. But again, his timing's been so spot on this year. There's a handful of surfers whose equipment has just looked so sharp underfoot, and it just looks like they can take those boards anywhere. And it'll respond, and that wave just stepping out big time, doubling up on the inside. And
that wave was just folding over itself about halfway through it. Just knowing that he's not building on his score. Looking to replace the 8-6 at the moment, so that's a big order. But mate, this is still brilliant surfing from his brother.
This is so cool that they've just had so much opportunity in this one. They're not sitting out there sort of waiting around or feeling frustrated. They're just completely going mad in this thing.
Look at the heat totals. Miggy's sitting on 15.43 and needs a 9.84 to get through. So, mate, that's just proves that these guys are both on fire, very similar to the previous heat.
Hear the athletes all the time, Ronnie, saying that if they come in and they felt like they put good surfing on, that they can cop the loss a little easier.
Yeah. Well, Miguel up at the moment. A well-placed floater there, but he needs a lot more. He needs a steep section, a set wave on the outside. It's pretty undeniable the way he's been able to recover. A second-place finisher on the Challenger, a first-place finish, and a fifth-place finish on this last run to get back to the championship tour. You know, getting knocked down by the big names as one of the lower seeds. He's certainly setting himself up well for a good charge to the top end of the ladder as he takes off again and just continues to lean into a variety of turns. Lord. So much power. And just slicing through the face of these waves. These are tricky, tight pockets to fit your board into. And he's given it all today. Vertical hits with fin release, layback jams, and a number of big, powerful carves.
That was different again, and it was special. That was amazing, absolutely incredible. It actually, we got an audible response from you, Vorno, and with absolutely.
Is he still going?
That was just Vaughn trying to process his lunch.
Hey, mate, I was going to say, it looks like there's a 10-point canvas out here for one of these surfers. I had Miggy in mind because he's chasing a 9.84. Like, there's waves out there that you could just bash and get a 10 on for sure. Did we just maybe see it?
And those two will now fight it out for a place in the semi-finals.
What time's that? When are we coming down? Find out now.
Let's put the lights on and keep running this thing through tonight because we don't want it to stop. Just two incredible heats that we've just witnessed.
Sammy, you and Snapper Rocks is the best love story since the Notebook, dude. You just went absolutely mad out there, set this place on fire. Obviously, really fired up after Philippe's performance, but also the opportunity to have a really fun heat with big brother Miggy. Mate, just talk us through that one. That has got to be one of the best surfs in life.
Yeah, that was probably my best heat on the CT ever. So I was so relaxed and happy to be out there with my brother, and probably my favorite spot in the world. And I feel like watching Gabe and George lose earlier definitely fired me up a little bit to make this heat. And they were just putting on the show. Felipe put on a show, and it just got me so excited. And I'm just really glad that Wave showed up for us, and we got to have an amazing heat. Both of us really surfed so well, so that's probably one of the best days of my life, for sure.
Mate, it was so fun to watch. You know, Miguel was going ballistic as well. His heat total would have got him through pretty much every other heat in the comp. But when you're on, you're on. And you've done so much time in this lineup in the last 10 days. Like, the day before the event even started, you said that you'd surf for 6 hours. I know you're just absolutely covered in rashes. But nothing can stop you loving this joint.
Yeah, I feel like with the finals day at Margie's, I was really grateful for it, but I also didn't have much time as much as everyone did to practice here at Snapper to feel my boards and everything. But so I was trying to catch up to everybody, putting a lot of time in the water just to catch up, make sure I'm ready for my first heat. And I mean, it's just a dream. It's a dream to be surfing this wave and against my brother. And I'm just so happy, really, really happy. Thank you, JS, for the amazing boards. And send a kiss to the whole family. It was probably really fun to watch this heat, and it's exactly what I wanted it to be like. The both of us just surfing as hard as we could and putting on a great performance. Yeah.
Felipe Toledo just top scored the entire year in the heat before yours, and you were 0.04 behind him. I mean, that is crazy. Back to back, just insane performances. How excited are you for this next matchup?
I'm really excited. Yeah, I feel like from the middle to the last part of the heat, I was really just thinking on putting a big statement to everybody. I knew Felipe was surfing amazing the heat before, and I just want to make sure that if I do make this heat against Miggy, I was putting on the stadium for everybody that I am here and I'm ready for the next heat.
Mate, you just ripped that line up and you won. Congratulations. It was a joy to watch you just rip in on that level, and can't wait to see you two fire it off tomorrow in the quarters. Let's go.
Let's go.